Alright, so I'm back with another video. This is gonna be what if Asta had the elemental fairy spirits part 2. But before I get in there, I need to talk about something. Number one, if you guys want to join the Discord, look down in the description. You can join. It's not that good of a server. It's just a server to talk in. Two, wait, what's tomorrow? Today's Thursday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. If I get bored, if I end up streaming on here, that's just know I'm bored. You don't have to join. It's nothing serious. It's probably just gonna be playing Apex or Rocket League or something on my PlayStation. So if I end up going live tomorrow, then just don't worry about it if you don't want to join. It really doesn't matter. Uh, Number two is that in this what if I am using a different format of script. Usually I have my scripts in a very different way, but now the way that I'm writing this script is it's gonna have more conversation between characters. So tell me in the comments if it's better or worse, and if it's worse, I'll just go back to the old way of writing my scripts. But if it's better, then I'll keep it this way. This is my first time writing a script like this, so if it's somewhat sloppy, then don't hurt me too bad because I haven't written a script like this before, obviously. But I'm pretty sure that's all I got to talk about, and let's get into this video. We start this off as we have an 8-year time skip. During the past 8 years, Asta has begun his training with his spirits. Since Julius is the Wizard King, he couldn't always train Asta, but whenever Julius had free time, he would go and train Asta, which would piss off Marks because, in his eyes, Julius is sneaking out to goof off because he doesn't know about Asta. Asta has learned how to control his mana, learning things like mana skin and mana zone along with ki, because I'm pretty sure if Julius can't use ki, he would at least know like the gist of ki. But it would make sense if he knew it because he's cool with Yami. But even if he doesn't, he would know the gist of it. So yeah, Asta would also learn many spells during the past 8 years, and even being able to somewhat control the pure mana around him and make things levitate as if he is using telekinesis. Somebody wanted me to add this, so I decided to do it. Why not? Seems cool, so why not? Also, Julius has began to give Asta missions to help him gain experience and also for him to get better at working as a team with his spirits. Another thing is that Asta has told his spirits about his past and what Aesir told him, so they don't like Aesir, to put it mildly. Also, I decided to change the nature of Terra's magic, which is the earth spirit. Instead of it being earth magic, it's going to be nature magic. For instance, Terra can control earth, trees, and plants, and maybe some other things if I decide to add them in the future. I don't really know. So yeah. Now for the Silva family, and during this time they have all improved greatly. Knowing more than Canon, and along with Noel, Nebra, Solid, and Nozel, they're all stronger. As well as because they have the drive to find Asta and bring him back and apologize, they got stronger. And during this time, Aesir has told and Noel about what she told Asta back then. And at first they were disappointed, but they couldn't fully blame her because back then, as children, they took part in bullying Asta and they hated that they could do something like that. So, as a family, considering is like their family, they all decided to get stronger and that they will all bring Asta back and apologize. Another thing is that Julius has no idea about what Aesir told Asta, since Asta does not want to cause any problems for Julius, who he sees as a big brother. Since Asta sees Julius as an older brother, he never decided to tell him about what Aesir told him. Of course, the whole incident with Aesir left an impression on Asta, so at first he didn't really trust Julius or any nobles, but over time, seeing how good of a person Julius is, he began to trust him. But for other nobles, it's more or less like if you are cocky the first time we meet, then I'm not gonna like you. But if you're a humble person that like he can see that, then he's gonna give you a chance. But that's pretty much it. Alright, now I'm gonna go over the spirits and their personalities. And first is gonna be the water fairy spirit Azula. For Azula, she's going to be the one who pretty much babies Asta, cause why not? And she really gets mad unless Asta is hurt or any of the other fairies are hurt. That's the only time she really gets mad. And Azula taught Asta about formalities and how to present himself since she babies him. Next is the nature fairy spirit Terra. Terra is the smart statistic and is the one who trains Asta in strategy when Julius couldn't. Next is the fire fairy spirit Flare. For her personality, if any of you watched Dead Alive, then you'll know who. I haven't watched it in a while, so I might mess up this name, but I think it's Kurumi. Kurumi. I haven't read the show or watched the show in a while, so I might butcher that. Don't hurt me. But she's gonna pretty much act like her. I know I liked it whenever I watched it, even though I forgot everything about the show. I know I liked her at least. So I'm pretty sure she was a flirt. Like she was cold at flirting. So if not too bad, she is now. So Flair taught us how to flirt and treat a woman more specifically. And the last one is gonna be the wind fairy spirit Zelena. And now for Zelena, what did I eat? All right. Okay, I already said it. Zelena, the wind fairy spirit, but they call her Zena for short. And for Zelena, she is going to be the chill one, really gets mad like Azula. Funny in Asta's opinion, just someone that's genuinely cool to hang out with. And her attribute being wind, she has the best sensing ability, so she would train Asta in sensing. One more thing I'm going to talk about is Asta's appearance. Asta looks like he does in the thumbnail, but longer hair. If any of you watched Beginning After the End or The Beginning After the End, he has the same length of hair as Arthur whenever he entered the academy. Like whenever he's wearing the black fit, the black drip. Whenever he's wearing that, the all black drip with the gold. Yeah, that was fire. I forgot what I think it's like the. What's it called? Hold up, I'll be right back. Okay, I just looked it up. It's called the disciplinary committee. Whenever he joins that, that's what his hair looks like. He has the same hairstyle and all. And for what he's wearing, he is wearing what Arthur wore whenever he was an adventurer. Note. I'm pretty sure that was his adventure name. But he's wearing that minus the helmet, or not the helmet, the mask, the voice changing mask, and the two swords. For now, he's missing one of the swords because he's gonna get it later. But I'm talking too much. There's one more thing. There's more things that I need to go over, but I'm gonna go over it whenever it comes down to it. Let me get back into the real what if because I've been explaining for a while. Okay. We start this off as we see a 14-year-old Asta sitting on a rock as his spirits are sleeping on his head with Julius sitting beside him. Now that you're 14, Asta, and your birthday is tomorrow, you'll be training again with the other four to enter the Magic Knights. Yeah, I know, but I'll have to stick with one attribute in the exam so nobody gets suspicious, and I also have to hide these four. So, have you made a decision on what squad you'll be choosing, since we both know you'll get all hands raised? Honestly, I haven't thought about it. Julius Sign says, well, I should probably get going. We wouldn't want Marks to get angry, would we? Yeah, see you later, Sensei. After the conversation, Asta would go back to his house, which he built. It's a log cabin. If you want to look up a picture on Google, modern log cabin, then just search for one you like, and then do that. I don't care. During Asta's sleep, there'd be a change in Asta's four-leaf grimoire. A black and red aura would envelop the grimoire as a black and red five-leaf would appear on the spine of the grimoire. The next morning, Asta and his fairies would be going out on a walk as they would see a man with red hair running towards them, naked, and the man would stop right in front of him. Hey kid, do you have any food on you by chance? Asta, reaching into his bag, would pull out a sandwich. Here? Thanks, kid, you're a real lifesaver. I haven't eaten in days. Yeah, whatever. Asta, why are you out here handing food to perverts? Look at him, he's naked. come on, Azula. There might be a reason. At least, hopefully, there is one. I don't feel like suffocating them with trees. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'll be right back. 5 minutes later, the red-haired man would come back with clothes on. So, you aren't some wood pervert. That's good. I don't feel like having to bury your body. So, what's your name, by the way? My name's Fonzel. What about you, kid? And those flying things? I'm Asta. That's Flare, pointing at Flare. That's Terra, pointing at Terra. That's Azula, pointing at Azula, obviously. And this is Zelina, pointing to his head, but we call her Zena for short. Those are a lot of names, so what exactly are they? As of now, that does not concern you. I'd say around a 2-hour time skip. I'd say like a good amount of time passes. And during this time, they would have a conversation on why he's out here. He would tell them about the whole him being. I think he was like a runaway from the Diamond Kingdom. He used to be a teacher there, and he would tell him how him and his wife got separated and stuff like that. Stuff that they talk about in canon. But overall, Asta isn't as stupid, or he's not stupid at all. He's a prodigy. He's a genius, man. Big Montings killed me. He's smart, so he wouldn't be oblivious. He wouldn't be all over the place. He's not yelling. And also, I didn't mention this before, but the setting is not near Hajj Village because Asta lives nowhere near Hajj. He lives different. He lives far away. So Fonzel's just there because I said so. Eventually, the conversation would lead to the top. Eventually, the conversation would lead to the topic of magic knights and Asta wanting to become one. So, you're training to become a magic knight? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'd get all hands raised, but I should continue my training just as a precaution. Well, what is your attribute? Maybe I can help you in it. Asta thinking, well, since he did tell me about him being a runaway from the Diamond Mage, it's only fair. The Diamond Kingdom, because it's only fair. Plus, he's already seen my spirits. There's no point in hiding it. As he would glance over at his spirits, that they would understand from the look. Asta would go on to tell Fonzel about his spirits and that he has 4 attributes, but he just calls it elemental magic just to not throw anybody. Not because he doesn't like to explain it over and over again, so he just calls it elemental magic, an elemental attribute. Why not? Asta would also show him the demon dweller sword that appeared in the morning, and the demon dweller sword is the clean version that Lit had wielded. So yeah, because that thing is rusty. I don't care. It's disgusting. Can he clean it or something? But Fonzel being shocked. Well, I could help you in that. Well, I skipped the holes. It's a pretty nice sword, but whenever it comes to swordsmanship, I've never really trained for that. Well, I can help you with that. The way I use my magic gave me years of experience in swordsmanship. Okay, whatever. But this sword is a bit too big for my liking. Is there anywhere I can get another sword at by chance? Like I said, kid, I'm not from this country. I can't be running around as if I were. You can leave that to me, Asta. I'll make you the best sword in existence. Terra, you know how to make swords? Yep. And you never decided to tell me. You never asked. Asta giving her a deadpan stare. Anybody else got something they would like to tell me? All the spirits saying nope. Yeah, whatever. Terra, how long will it take you to make my sword? Around a month if you want a real high quality sword. Dang. Oh wait. For the time being, Fonzel, you can stay at our house. Fonzel would nod and follow Asta to their house. For the next month, Asta would begin to train with Fonzel with a wooden sword, and during this time, Fonzel would notice how much of a prodigy Asta is. We skip over to the day that Terra finishes the sword. The sword would be the same color as Arthur's that he got from the auction house. If you don't read soul leveling, then too bad. That's tough. I'm not gonna hold you. And if you're reading it and you're not at this part, you might want to skip ahead because it's a little spoiler, but not really. It's not that important. In the auction house, Arthur finds a sword. I'm pretty sure the sword like grows as he grows, so like the more scared he gets with it or something like that. I'm pretty sure I haven't read that scene, that what chapter in a while. So if that's not right, then correct me. But anyway, Asta will begin to train with his new sword that he named Don's Ballad. The remaining 6 months, because I'm pretty sure it's like a 6 month time period of training. Yeah. But anyway, the 6 months would go by, and the same incident that would happen in canon with, I'm pretty sure, some diamond mages would come to get Fonzel, and they fight him, and Fonzel was gonna let them capture him, but Asta said, nah, that would go. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. If it's not, then again, correct me. But yeah, Asta does not allow that to happen because he's a lot stronger. He has magic, he has experience, so he's not gonna let that happen. So he throws hands, simple as that. And he kicks him. He don't kill him. Should I let him kill him? Nah, he don't kill him, but he they got scars. They got battle wounds. Not gonna lie to you. So it would get the whole issue would get resolved the same. I'm pretty sure that Fonzel, student that's left out of the blue. I don't remember completely, nor do I really care. But after the 6 months, Asta and his spirits would part ways from Fonzel as Asta would begin to fly to the capital. Around 3 hours later, they would arrive to the capital and they would go to the Grimoire Examiner. In line, Asta would see two faces that makes his blood boil. Obviously, that being Noel and but knowing that he can't cause a big scene and that Azula or any of the other spirits aren't there to calm him down, he just decides to ignore their existence. Minutes later, and and Noel have entered the Grimoire arena, and soon Asta will walk up to the examiner handing him his Grimoire. The examiner would shout in surprisement, seeing another four-leaf. Since is ACR's apprentice, word would get around and they would know that is ACR's apprentice. And at first they didn't accept him, but throughout time they decided to just, all right, whatever. They count him as a noble at this point, even though some of them still don't like that. But they digress. And once he got his 5-leaf, from the 4-leaf, I'm stupid. The 4-leaf, word would get around, and so people weren't really surprised at him having the 4-leaf. So yeah. After getting out of his surprised state, the examiner would give Asta his Grimoire back, allowing him to enter. Inside the arena, no anti-magic birds would go near Asta, or Noel, which would catch people's attention, but Asta is standing off in like the corner. He's not allowing, or Noel to see his face, so that's why they aren't on his case already. Soon the captains would enter with ACR having a glint of hope in her eyes to see Asta. Vengeance would have that little same speech and hand out the brooms like usual. Everyone would begin to try and fly. People would struggle. People would barely be able to keep their balance. They would all struggle. But eventually people would notice that Noel and are doing better than everyone else, and people would begin to look up in amazement until they saw someone pass both of them. And they would look up even higher to see Asta flying in the air without even a broom to hold himself up with. Seeing this, everyone that knew Asta in the past would have a flash. Man, hold up. Y'all know whenever there's like if you any how do I put this without sounding retarded? Can I say that word? Can I say that word on YouTube? I think I can. Don't hurt me if I can. If you, I'm gonna use Boruto for instance, and I'm reading the Boruto manga, and I remember this scene from the movie, but it's like whenever Boruto put on Sasuke's headband, strapped it on, and there's like a little scene or there's like a little image of him looking exactly like Naruto and like the Naruto flashing. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just don't, please, I don't, whatever. How do I explain this? Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me try to think about a way to explain this without sounding stupid. You know what? Forget the whole concept. We're not talking about it anymore. Talk about it. I'll find your house and I'll hit you with a hot dog. Alright, everybody that knew Asta in the past would have a little image of young Asta flash throughout their minds as they all say at the same time, Asta? Of course, Asta would get a 5 out of 5, even though they wanted to rate him higher since this man's flying without a broom, which not a lot of people can do. But anyway, next is the accuracy. Everyone would shoot their targets first with their respective spells, and they would all get the same as in canon, with Yuno and Noel hitting bullseye, but they're distracted, so they barely would hit bullseye. Asta would go up to shoot his target next, as he says fire creation magic, fire dragon's dominance. A giant fire dragon would take form as it flies towards the target with blinding speeds, as upon impact the dragon would explode, completely destroying the target and most of the arena like around the target, so like scorched. I still get a 5 out of 5 to everyone's surprise. Next is the seed growing. I'm pretty sure that I did that. Yeah. So of course Asta would get 5 out of 5, making the biggest seed grow in there. So the last event thing is going to be the fights, and in Noel after in Noel would go before Asta and winning their own fights, and they would go on to go. They were trying to walk to Asta, but before the oh my God, Jesus Christ! Let me restart the whole thing because that was a struggle. The last is the fights. When Noel would make their what? The last event is fights. And Noel would go before Asta, winning their fights, and they would begin to make their way to Asta to question him, but get stopped as they see Asta get challenged by another person, with him accepting. The two would enter the arena, and the exam proctor would start the fight. The fight would begin, and the person in front of Asta would grow a sickening smile as he launched water spikes at Asta, with Asta dodging with no difficulty, and he would begin a counter-strike using fire magic Sun God's Hell Shower. As a ton of fireballs begin to rain from the sky, hitting the water mage, and for about 30 seconds, Asta would, around 30 seconds later, Asta would stop the spell as everyone would see the water mage knocked out with scorch marks on his body. The captain's choosings would go relatively the same, with picking the Golden Dawn and Noel picking the Black Bulls, to everyone's surprise. And the reasoning is that she doesn't want to be in her mother's shadow all the time, and so if she's able to make the Black Bulls into the greatest god or better than the Golden Dawn, then she'll be, I guess, praised. Yeah, she'll be praised if she does that. So yeah, and went for the same reason, cause the nigga he think he too bougie. He's about but forget that. Last would be Asta, as he walks up, looking at the captains as they all would raise their hands, of course, and Asta would take a second to think, but would end up choosing the Crimson Lion Kings, because I saw some people say Crimson Lion King, so yeah, it might take me a while to get the whole squad down, but yeah, I'm gonna try to do the Crimson Lion Kings. This choice would piss off all of the captains, because they saw, not even trying to disrespect Asta, but they saw, I keep on saying Asta, Asta, and Noel, not even trying to disrespect them, but they all saw that Asta was either they were holding back like it wasn't nothing, or Asta is just that strong. I'm so not used to saying and Noel. I'm so used to saying Asta and my bad about that. But ACR is definitely pissed off, or not angry, or she's disappointed that she didn't get to see, or she didn't get Asta, who she thinks is Asta. We skip to see Asta walking into a store to get some snacks, and he would end up doing this and walk out. Going to turn a corner, Asta would see the Silver family, and as he would go to walk past them, not even acknowledging their existence, but wouldn't allow it. Asta, is that you? Asta coldly would say, "Nope, never heard of Asta, but couldn't be me. Wrong person. Sorry." Asta would begin to walk away once more, but would have water and mercury wrap around his wrists. "Let me go. I need to go back to my captain. I've known you for years now, Asta. I know you whenever I see you." Oh, shut up, Noel. Don't act like we have a bond, because we don't. You and your mother need to let me go now. As he would turn, showing everyone his cold and lifeless eyes, which would surprise them and have Noel and what's your name? Acer. Jesus Christ, this script is no, it's not even that bad. It's just my reading is fucked. It's what time is it? 9? It's only 9. I'm sorry about this. Hold up. Skip ahead if you don't want me. Hold up, I'll be right back. Yeah. Anyway, so Acer and Noel will let go of Asta, and they're a little taken back by his eyes and how he talked to them. And now that they know this is Asta, they're even more surprised that Asta would talk to them like this. But they don't blame him, because they all know what Acer told him. And so, yeah, once he gets free from their grip, he would fly off, instantly heading to where Fergolion is. Once he gets there, he would be greeted by Fergolion as they would walk for a bit. As Asta, knowing that this is going to be his captain from now on, he decides that he will tell Fergolion about his true power and his spirits as they would come out of his grimoire. And that's going to be the end of it. So, yeah. The next video I'm going to be posting is what if Asta was blessed by the gods, I'm pretty sure. Part 3 is that no, I think it's like 4, maybe 3. I don't care, but yeah, I should be in this right now. I don't really know. Oh yeah, before I do end it, I just need to let y'all know, and this month I'm gonna be pretty busy, so if I don't upload a video, alright, because obviously my uploading schedule is supposed to be every Monday and every Friday, but clearly I've been off of that like ever since I started this whole schedule, which I'm trying to correct since it is summer. I'm trying to correct that, but this month I'm gonna be busy, and next month I might have time to do it, like to do better what ifs and longer what ifs. But I'm trying here, so if I don't upload a video on Monday or Friday, then you guys should expect it within the next 2 days. So yeah, my bad if I don't upload on the right time. Busy. And deal with me. Also, leave down some suggestions for what ifs. I'm looking for what ifs. I'll probably have a what if that in mind that I'm gonna do, but it's always nice to have other what ifs to do, or if I find a what if that's more interesting than mine, when y'all suggest, it'll be nice to have that or do it. So yeah, that should be it. I don't have anything else to talk about. Do I? No, I do not. I'll see you. Bye.